All right, the biggest thing that's going to come out of this Jaden Rashada, Billy Napier lawsuit is this. It's going to lead to colleges paying players directly. Like, I know we're already kind of on that path, right? You've had the NCAA and their now new president, Charlie Baker, months ago come out and speak about how, they're going to write framework to where colleges eventually are going to directly pay players. So I think we're headed down that path. But I think specifically this lawsuit by Jaden Rashada suing Florida's head coach and staffers as well for false NIL claims, I think it's only going to expedite that process. Like, I think it's going to only really kick this push to get schools to pay players, into the left lane and really put it into hyperdrive here. And I do think that's the best solution for everyone involved going forward. Like, if you really think about it, like, think about this process right now. I'm all for players getting paid, right? But think about how that process goes. You have boosters, right, who donate to NIL collectives. That collective has a pool of money. They're not supposed to do it, but let's live in the real world here. It happens all the time. You go to these collectives, talk to high school kids, and try to say, hey, look, you come here, we'll give you $2 million. You come here, we got this nice car deal for you. Here's $5 million. Here's a brand new car. Dad, you want a job? We got you covered. All these promises are made, not just to one kid. 10, 20, 30, 40 kids in a high school recruiting class every single year. Not all of them go, but these promises are made, right? And so you have all these millions of dollars promised if these kids come here, but nothing's in writing because what they're doing is illegal. So you can't sign a contract because it's not allowed under college rules. So all these promises are made. You come here, tens of millions of dollars are coming your way. And then the kids sign there, and all of a sudden it's, oh, actually, that deal we promised you, yeah, we said $10 million. It's actually gonna be like $100,000. Sorry, just couldn't make it work. Sorry, hope this is okay. And all these promises, because I'm sure Rashad is not the only one who's been promised one thing, and then when he gets to campus, something else happens. And so now if you at least take the power away from the boosters, take the power away from NIL collectives, and now you just force schools themselves to pay players, I think it becomes more straightforward. Like, I'm going to assume contracts are going to be involved, right? To where if you, when we talk about NIL, when you sign as a recruit, okay, we'll sign you to a 3-year deal, $10 million. We'll get a $10 million NIL package for you, and you got to promise you'll be here for 3 years or 4 years, whatever it may be, right? I think you'll see an introduction of contracts, which I think works and benefits both sides, right? Players, you are getting the money that you've been promised, and you're not going to have schools renege on offers that they made. And schools, at least you could feel good of, okay, we're going to get this guy, but he's not going to just leave us after 1 year, leave us after 2 years. He signed into a 3-year deal. We got him here. I think you can, this is a situation where contracts can be mutually beneficial for both the school and the player. And so now when you kind of take away the middleman of the NIL and by extent boosters, I think it's an easier, cleaner process and a more honest process, which is what I think everyone wants, right? I don't think anyone's here for, rooting for kids to get lied to. I don't think you should choose a school if you're a high school recruit based on money. I get why some do. I understand that. Trust me, if I was 18 and I had a $5 million, promise made to me, if I go to the school and get this money, yeah, I'd be lying if I said it wasn't hard to make a decision based on the financials. I get it. But I really hope, kids going forward aren't making that decision. But the ones that do, I hope they're given the money that they're promised. It's messed up, honestly, that they don't get it. So in one sense, I'm good for Jaden Rashada. Calling out right now Florida, calling out right now the people that lied to him and promised him one thing but failed to deliver once he got there, and holding them accountable. Because right now, there's really no way that these false promises can be punished, right? Guys can say whatever the hell they want. Nothing's really in writing. And I think a lot of kids are, it's to their detriment. So I think going forward here, schools directly paying players is the path we're going to go down, which I think is a win-win for everyone. And especially, right, it's a win for the players, it's a win for the school, but it's also a win for you and me. Because the NIL process, it's almost backwards. How does it work? Right? We, the fans, we, the alums, we're asked to donate to this collective. I'm a Penn State alum. I've seen plenty of videos on social media of current players asking, hey, donate to our collective, help us go forward here and keep ushering in the next chapter of Penn State football, making the program great. They're asking us, the fans, to donate money to pay to the players. When these schools are raking in tens of millions of dollars every single year. They just released the financials for 2023. Schools in the Big Ten, individually, for the 2023 fiscal year, each received $60 million for 1 year. SEC schools, $51 million, and that price for both is only going up. So these schools are pulling in $60 million, $50 million. But you're asking us to contribute money to pay a high school kid to come to our school? How does that make sense? And so now with schools directly paying players, sure, trust me, schools ain't going to stop asking for donations. I can promise you that. But if the most of the money is allocated based on a revenue share, right, which is how the NFL works, right, more TV money comes in, salary cap goes up. The more money that comes in, the more that's split between the school and the player. The same thing I would say should happen in college football. There's a big boom right now in college football where everyone wants it. We just are coming off the most watched year of college football ever. These rights deals are only still going up. So a lot of money is coming into the sport. The players should absolutely get a piece of that. That's what we're asking for. That's what makes the most sense. And so if that is now the system going forward where you're using the revenue you get from TV to in part help, pay players to, that are part of your recruiting class, part of your current roster, whatever it may be, that is by far the system that makes the most sense. So I'm really happy for Jaden Rashada. I'm glad he's bringing this lawsuit to light and making it public, because now I think what it does is just expedite this process to get us to the clear end, which I think is obvious and inevitable, the clear end of schools now paying players. It's how the pros do it. College football, let's be honest here, it is basically pro football with how the business is run. So have the money going to the players come from TV revenue. Stop asking us, the fans, who already shell a lot of money for season tickets and cable to watch these damn games and travel. And we pay a lot of money to support and watch our favorite teams. Don't ask us for more money. You got a lot of money. Use that to pay the players. And in doing so, make it a cleaner process where now boosters and sketchy guys that, are out here to try to take advantage or try to lie to kids to make the team better, those guys are pushed away. It's a cleaner process for everybody if schools are paying the players directly. And I think we're going to get there in part because of Jaden Rashada's now public lawsuit against Billy Napier and against 2 other staffers as well. This is a great thing for college football. Love to hear your thoughts. Comment below if you're watching this on YouTube right now. Is that the future? The schools paying players, is that the end that we're going to get to where eventually it makes sense for everybody? That is the perfect happy medium where schools are happy, players are happy, fans are happy. Schools paying players, is that the move? If you're listening right now on the Hick at Night podcast, Night spelled N-I-T-E, and available wherever you do get your pods, tweet me, Ryan_Hickey and the number 3, or find the YouTube channel. It is just Ryan Hickey. Type that in. You'll see this mug right here as the profile picture. Click on it. Video is right there. Comment your thoughts as well on what is going to be a very interesting future on how players do get paid.